Yes, tasting video. This is an IPA I kegged, and it is done. I have had this because when I keg beer, I usually have it before I taste it. If they're bottled, I don't usually, most of the time, I don't try it until it's on the video, so we're all in it together. I bought this at Super Bowl. Today is the 16th or 17th of February, and yeah, the brew day was just two-row and Pecco, and as a bittering, and then Zappa. And Zappa is a Neomexicanus hop found in New Mexico, and then now they're being used commercially. Medusa was the first one I tried. Now Zappa is the next one. And that's the only two I am aware of that are in current releases. This is supposed to be fruity and passion fruity and all sorts of good stuff. So I did just a little bit of Pecco bittering, and then I did 1 ounce at Flame Out for Zappa, and then I did another 1 ounce for dry hopping. I did dry hop in the 1 gallon jug for about 3 or 4 days, then kegged from there. And here we are. Pretty clear, some particles floating around in it because there was a lot of dry hops in there. The aroma, I haven't had it in about a week and a half or so let's see if the aroma still holds up. It has faded a little bit. It's a hair grassy on the smell, but it's not bad. I think that 1 ounce for 1 gallon is a little over the top. I usually do 0.75 ounces for 1 gallon, and it's my best results. And I get best results in the keg. And this was in the 1 gallon jug, so a little faded. Also had to suck out a lot of CO2 when I went to fill a growler. I had to get it down to about 3-4 psi to fill the growler from 10, so I sucked out some aroma as well doing that. I get a little bit of fruit in there for sure. It's still really nice, pleasant. Yeah, it's faint little like sort of orangey thing kind of coming through. A little passion fruit. It's very bitter, which I love. Has a really good bite to it. The water profile on this is great. I think I did add a fair amount of gypsum. I've been adding a little more gypsum up in the 150 ppm range for a lot of hoppy styles, and it's gotten me a really nice crisp bite to it, which I love, especially for IPAs. Pecco did a beautiful job, just that nice clean bittering. And then the Zappa comes through with this like passion fruit, orangey citrus, less fruit in the taste, more of like a lime zest, crisp lime zest. Both a nice bitter backbone on there. Probably bitter for some, maybe a little too bitter for some, but for my palate, it's perfect. You know, I think it was in the 80 IBU range, which I found I like for my IPAs. Tests have shown when you do send it to labs, almost every time it seems to be about 15 IBUs lower than what Beersmith says when they actually analyze it. So I go to 80 IBUs on average. I'm guessing it'll end up around 65. Oh, the sun came out. The Zappa hop, the flavor on it is great. I like it a little better than Medusa. If I recall, Medusa was pretty good, but this Zappa is wonderful. And I wish it was a little higher in alpha acid so I could use it as like 100% all the way through. I think it's closer to like 5% or 5%. At least the ones I had were. So, but you know, I could still try maybe a pale ale with it. You know, closer to a 40 IBU and just dry hop it quite a bit. The problem with the sun coming out, I got the branch shadows. Let's try this. If I sit back in a certain position, that is bright though. Woo! I think I'm okay right there if I just don't move. I mean, it's pretty much the end of the video anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's all there really is to say about it. I think everyone get out there, try some Zappa hops. You know, it'd be kind of cool to do like a Medusa Zappa combo, where you do like a high, you know, both and have just a only Neomexicanus hop beer. I will say, for those who have followed my channel, that I was having some oxidation issues when I was doing a bunch of hazy IPA experiments in particular, and I think that what solved it, honestly, is purging my lines. That's all I changed, and I keep the CO2 container attached the whole time for carbonation. What I would do sometimes is do it for like a day or two, take off the CO2, because I just had a fear of it bleeding out, which has happened to me sometimes, and then put it back on again and off again, and I think that just maybe sucked in some oxygen that was residual left in, rather than just leaving it on. It just eliminates any possibility of oxygen, or lessens it a lot, I should say. There is some oxygen in CO2. There's the cloud cover we're looking for. And obviously what I do is I purge the keg ahead of time, then I fill the beer, purge it again, but purging the lines in between is a big help. This sun is just brutal right now. So yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents. If anyone is struggling with problems like that, that was a big change I did, was purging the lines. Also, 1 gallons, I just have noticed to get a little more sensitive to oxygen. I think it's a surface area thing. I'm very careful with oxygen on post-fermentation stuff, especially with IPAs. My other stuff, I can get it doesn't affect it as much, but hops can get oxidized so fast. Yeah, there you go. So, great beer. Get out there, keep brewing, do your thing, brew whatever you want, have fun, and see you next time.